Hey YouTube and Caymanas Park Turf Fights, welcome back to Down the Stretch. I'm the host Christopher Charlton. Okay guys, we have a 10 race program and we're warming up now. We're heading towards the classics, so we have the Prince Consort Stakes and the Thornbird Stakes. Before we get into this video, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. Let's get into it. Okay, the first race is 3 years and up, optional claimer. 500,000 to 400,000, and 6 years and up, non-reserve 3, a field of 10, and they go 5.5 furlongs. Boil this down to 4. They are the 1, So Beautiful, the 2, Salud, the 5, Little Groovy Thing, and the 10, Lord of Agilon. Okay, number 1, So Beautiful, Romain Gordon claiming 4 kilos for Anthony Nunes, so it's coming in extremely light. In my opinion, this is the pace, the speed of the race. If you look back on the 15th of February, made a bold move at 5.5 furlongs, was caught by Wicked Cassie. After that, came back and was 5th by 11 lengths to Pineapple at 6 furlongs. Down here, against Caymanas, 500,000. The horse I think they have to catch, the horse I think they definitely have to beat. The 2 is Salud. Last run was the 8th of February, was 9th by 9 and 3/4 lengths to Unruly Dude at this level. Demar Williams claiming 4 kilos here for Edward Walker. His last good run was that controversial race back in October the 21st when was second to Teka Punta and was awarded the race and then taken back off. So hasn't run a good race since that, but at this level I think Salud might put in a good run. The 5, Little Groovy Thing, Richie Shakes clearing 4 kilos here for Norman Smith. Coming in here pretty light. They've now taken off the tongue tie, so he has nothing on her face now. Last time out was 4th by 8.25 lengths to Russia the Warrior at 700,000, so stepping down in class. And just the mere fact that she's coming down in class, I have to give her a shot here. And the 10, Lord of Agilon, Jerome Ennis for Joseph Thomas. Tongue ties off, figure 8 on. Last time out was 3rd by 13 lengths to Let Him Fly back in March. Was early for that race, and then Let Him Fly kicked and turned away from the field. Also one that stepped down in class on that day and freshened up for this, expecting a good run from this Lord of Agilon. But if I had to make a bet in the race, I think I would stick with So Beautiful. The second race, native bred 5 years and up, non-reserve 4, and imported 5 years and up, non-reserve 3. A field of 7, they go 7.5 furlongs. I'm boiling this race down to 3. They are the 4, Here Comes Doc, the 5, Uncaptured Empress, and the 7, Tiger Amidat. Okay. The 4, Here Comes Doc. Anthony Allen claiming 3 kilos for Gary Griffiths. Off his last run, 5th of April, was 3rd by 2.5 lengths to Fly Blue Jet and Lion Charmer. That was at 5.5 furlongs. Stretched out now, will welcome 7.5 furlongs. Before that, at 7 was 5th by 4.5 lengths, coming from way off the pace to She's My Hedge Fund and Final Load. Won't have that kind of speed to worry about here, and should be closing really fast in the stretch. The 5, Uncaptured Empress, Shane Richardson claiming 2 kilos for Peter McMaster. Off of a spell, came back on the 22nd of February, was 6 by 16 lengths at 7.5 in the race with Empress Links and Tiger Amidat. I'm willing to throw that race out. Before that, at a mile, was 5th by 3.25 lengths to Burning Valor, who's now in overnight allowance, Wizkid, who's now in overnight allowance, and Huntsman, who's now in overnight allowance. So a reproduction of that run, and I'm thinking that this Uncaptured Empress possesses, I think, the speed of the race. I'm giving this horse a good shot coming in so light. And the 7, the horse who they have to beat, Tiger Amidat, chainless for Anthony Nunes. Last time out at 7 furlongs was 3rd by 1.5 to She's My Hedge Fund, coming from way out of it. Before that was 2nd by 3.25 lengths at 7.5 furlongs to Empress Links. So even though coming in here very heavy, definitely the horse they're going to have to beat. For superfecta consideration, if you want to put her outside in it, I'd probably squeeze in the 6, Princess Talisi. Demar Williams claiming 4 kilos for Errol War. So this one coming in extremely light, was 4th by 4.5 lengths, and last in that She's My Hedge Fund race. Is a late runner, might get outspeeded early, but if the pace collapses in the stretch, I think this is the horse that probably will be finishing best with the light impulse. The third race, nature bred 5 years and up, non-reserve 2, and imported 5 years and up maiden, 8 starters, they go 5 furlongs straight, boiling this race down to 3. They are the 1, the Hot Dancer, the 5, Xylophonic Steel, and the 6, Stein, or Steen, how do you pronounce it? Okay, the Hot Dancer made his debut on Sunday and was a very impressive winner in 49-1 for 4 furlongs straight. This 5-year-old, very well bred though, came out of Street Dancer, that's the dam, was a very speedy horse when she used to race. Richie Six claiming 4 kilos here for Fitznah Williams, so he's coming in light once again, and at this level definitely can make it back-to-back wins. The 5, Xylophonic Steel, Robert Halladine for Corey Tucker. Through that last race out, went 10 by 20 lengths to Swami the Butcher, was second at the top of the lane and then faded out, so I'm going to rule that race out. Before that, at 7 furlong, was second by a short head to Clown in a Round. Last time over the 5 furlong straight was 5th by 6 lengths to Jack Daniels. Electrode was third in that race, so after that performance, I think Xylophonic Steel has a good shot of fighting this out. And the 6, Steen or Stein, Shane Ellis for Oral Hayden. Last time out was in July, third by 11 lengths to Blinking Light and Don Pablo. So coming off a very long freshening, but against this bunch of horses, this very well-bred son of Burn Identity out of Ruby Rose, I'm going to squeeze in here to complete the trifecta. The 4th race, it's the Prince Consort Stakes. Native bred 3-year-old stakes race, Colts and Geldings, grade 2, 8 starters. They go 7 furlongs, and let me just run through the field. Number 1 is Brahma Bull, Ryan Lewis for Anthony Nunes. 2 starts. Last time out was a winner by a length and a quarter. Came to the furlong pole 6 1/4 lengths in front, but shortened strides dramatically in the last half a furlong. Still managed to get the job done, beating I'm Outstanding, who was a recent winner. Working pretty well at exercise, but I think this Brahma Bull has a little more to find here, being that I think this is going to be a really speedy race. The 2, Mr. Lee, Omar Walker for Lee Clark. 4 starts, 1 win, an impressive win by 17 lengths. But last time out was 7 by 11 lengths to Nephew Andy Gurvano. H2O was third in that race. So that's a pretty good run for this Mr. Lee against those caliber of horses. Was only 4 lengths off them at the top of the lane, going 6.5 furlongs, beating 11 lengths. This Mr. Lee is definitely one to keep an eye on in a race of this nature. The 3, I Dream Again, Robert Halladine for Jason DeCosta. Impressive winner on debut back in March. Was a 9-length winner, 5.5 furlongs, beating Giant Vigorous and Brompton Boy, making all the running. Will he get an easy lead this afternoon? Maybe not, but looks like a useful sort in the making, and we'll see how that turns out. The 4, Prince Roy, Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos for Fitzroy Gillespie. Was deemed an unlucky loser and last in the Sir Howard Stakes, only beaten 3/4 lengths to Honor Prince after braking slowly and was squeezed for space when trying to come up the rail in the stretch. So better for that run. Working fairly decent coming into this, and another good run expected, getting that extra furlong to travel. The 5, Honor Prince, winner of the Sir Howard Stakes, carrying top weight of 126 pounds in that race. Start the leaders, then came with a nice run in the stretch to win by 3/4 of a length, beating Prince Roy. Philip Parchment once again has the ride, working extremely well at exercise, beating Jason DeCosta's I Dream Again at exercise for 6 furlongs. Also galloped with Queen Latifah. Looks prime, looks ready once again. My opinion, definitely the horse they're going to have to beat once again. The 6, Strong Mind, Ian Spence for Patrick Lynch, possesses a lot of speed. Tongue tie is now off. Last time out was 7 by 8.5 lengths to Honor Prince and Prince Roy, and is definitely going to keep them all honest from the word go. And the 7, Mark My Identity, Demar Williams claiming 4 kilos for Enos Brown. Also in that race with Honor Prince, was only beaten 2.5 lengths there, turning for home 7 by 12 lengths, came flying. This Mark My Identity, definitely a useful horse, definitely pointed for the classics. They have now put the blinkers on, which I don't think I like that. I don't think this horse wants to be that sharp early. I think this horse, just leave him, make him run how he wants to run. But let's see if the blinkers improve him. I'm waiting to see this horse when he starts going the longer trips. But with his late turn of foot, expecting to see him coming home flying if he's not too early for his own good. And the 8, Runaway Star, the highly thought of colt over Jason DaCosta. Radish Roman has the ride. 2 starts. Very impressive winner on last at 7 furlongs by 7.25 lengths, making all the running. Definitely going to have company on the headlines this time around, so we'll see what kind of tactics will be employed. But well bred, I think this horse is bred for a distance of ground, so I think Radish Roman might try to rate him this time instead of trying to get to that lead and trying to run them off their legs. Interesting to see, nice big colt, but extremely competitive contest. And the 3 I think it comes down to is going to be Honor Prince, Prince Roy, I Dream Again. But my dark horse in the race is going to be a horse named Mr. Lee. The 5th race, the Thornbird Stakes. Nature bred 3-year-old stakes for fillies, grade 2, 8 starters, 7 furlongs. Okay, let's run through the field. Number 1 is Danka. Romain Gordon claiming 4 kilos for Richard Azan. Was the 4-5 favorite last time out in the Hotline Stakes, beaten by a length and a quarter, caught by the late kick of Social Aviator after looking the likely winner turning for home. Gets another furlong to travel. Will that help him? He is coming in light. Is a definitely filly of worth, and we'll see how she performs. The 2, Social Aviator, Robert Halladine for Jason DaCosta, undefeated in 2 starts. Both wins coming from off the pace to catch the leaders in the final 16th. Gets an extra furlong to run. I'm curious though if the Social Aviator is going to want a distance of ground. Looks like a run-on sprinter. How she runs, she looks like a run-on sprinter. But 7 furlongs, I think she'll still be comfortable here. Working fairly well. Definitely becoming that late kick late. The 3, Miss Money Penny, Shane Ellis for Jason DaCosta. Also a very highly thought of filly, but has disappointed in the last 2 starts after being undefeated in her first 2 starts. Was 3rd by 16 lengths to Unspun, the champion 2-year-old, at 6 furlongs. Came back at 5 straight in March of this year, coming off a rest. Was prominent early, but then finished 6 by 12 lengths to Supernatural Power. So wasn't embarrassed there. Last word coming to this though was beaten by stablemate Social Aviator for 6 furlongs. The figure 8 is now on. Definitely has a lot of speed and should display it, so she should run well. The 4, Lady Babita, Richie Shakes claiming 4 kilo for Matthew Williams. 1 win, 2/3. Also one of those that will show speed here. This very well bred daughter out of Soul Warrior by Lady Abhijita, who was the Oaks winner out of Miracle Man. Her only win came over the 5 straight, beating Linguist last time out at 6 furlongs. Tried to make all the running, but found the Social Aviator and Danka too strong in the stretch. They have now taken off the blinkers and added the visors. Doing okay at exercise. Coming in lighter, so should have a better shot here. But with the added speed that's in the race, she's going to have to pull out all the stops. The 5, Hansa, TJ Suko claiming 4 kilos for Richard Azan. Winner on last at 5.5 furlongs, beating Linguist. Before that was 3rd by 2.5 lengths in a race that she was hindered twice and still managed to only be beaten 2.5 lengths. So that win that she went on last is very impressive to me, because she was held up, could have done anything she wanted to do, and cantered through under Velasquez. Has worked very well coming to this. 7 furlongs in 129 by 114.4. Last word coming to this is 49 out the straight. Coming in exceptionally light, this answer. I think I like this answer to have a good shot of fighting this race out. The 6, Summer Palace, Radish Roman for Jason DaCosta. Winner on debut at 5.5 furlongs. Bold conquest out of England Rose. England Rose was the full sister to Shiza Manita. Showed speed on debut. Managed to win. Not beating much, but was a good winner there. Has worked well coming into the race and expected to put a good performance in from on the front end. And the 7, the horse I think they have to beat, Burning Hedge, Demara Williams, claiming 4 kilos for Carl Anderson. Nothing in her 2 starts for this season, but those were against way out of class horses. Tiztok back in February, and then Wall Street Trader and Sheer Delight and Unspun on the 5th of March. That race was hindered horribly, so she can be excused for that race. Coming in here now, working brilliantly, has a nice 6 furlong workout in 1:13 and 4 coming into this. The handicaps in her favor, I think, is definitely the horse they're going all have to beat. And the 8 Linguist finally came good on last, winning by 5 lengths over the straight 5 course. Ryan Lewis for Anthony Nunes, getting her act together, and another good run expected. But for me, in this event, I'm going to boil this race down to 4 horses. I like Burning Hedge to get the job done over the improving Hansa, Social Aviator, and Danka. The 6th race, native bred 4-year-olds and up, downers of 2 and imported 4-year-olds and up maiden. Big field of 16, they go 6 furlongs, and I'm boiling this race down to 4. They are the 3 Global Machine, the 11 Midnight Galaxy, the 12 Golden Lawyer, and the 16 Galloping Develos. Okay, the 3 Global Machine. Romain Garden claiming 4 kilos for Carlton Cunningham. Last time out was 6 by 4 and 3/4 lengths to She's Dallas Love, Golden Lawyer, and Military Light. This was after coming off a rest, so much better for that run. I'm expecting a very good run and a fast run from a long shot Global Machine. The 11, the horse I like, and the horse I think they're going to all have to beat. Everybody probably tired of this horse now, but that is Midnight Galaxy. Shane Ellis for Oral Hayden. The visor are off. The figure 8 is off. So it's back to how he used to run. 6 furlongs, I think, is the ideal trip for this Midnight Galaxy. All he has to do is sit, start the pace, and I think he can pull this off. The 12 Golden Lawyer, Demar Williams, claiming 4 kilos for David Powell, was 3rd by 3.5 lengths and last in that race with Happy Force and Galloping Develos chasing the speed. That was at 7 furlongs. Now at 6 furlongs, I think he'll appreciate this distance more, and coming in so much lighter, definitely has a good shot of fighting this out. And the speedy Galloping Develos, O'Neill Scott for Louis Richardson, was making all the running on last when caught by Happy Force in the final 16th. Now at 6 furlongs, definitely knows his way around the track. On the front end, this very speedy son of Sensational Slam by a Woman is Boss. And once again, I think is the horse they're going to have to catch. The 7th race, native bred 3-year-old maiden, 10 starters. They go a mile, boiling this race down to 3. They are the 4 Midnight Runner, the 6 Benison, and the 9 Roaring Kitty. Okay. Midnight Runner, Shane Ellis for Adrian Prince, made his debut on the 29th of March, finished 4th by 9 3/4 lengths to Runaway Star. In that race, was extremely slow out the gates, was left way behind the field, came with a nice looking run, and was only beaten maybe 2 lengths by the second horse, because the winner won by 7 1/4 lengths. Shane Ellis now has the ride, working well coming to this. I think this Midnight Runner is a very useful horse, and I think it's the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 6 Benison, TJ Suku claiming 4 kilos for Ryan Williams. 2 starts, was 4th on debut by 5 lengths to Brahma Bull. Next time out at 7 furlongs, 2nd by 7 1/4 lengths to Runaway Star. The same race there with Midnight Runner. Claiming 4 kilos here, coming in pretty light. Lasix now administered for the first time. Another good run is expected from this Benison. And the 9 Roaring Kitty. Jaheim Anderson, claiming 4 kilos for Ian Prasad. 3 starts, a 4th, a 3rd, and a 3rd. 3rd and last by 6.5 lengths to the highly thought of stablemate Uncle Harry at 7.5 furlongs. A mile not going to be a problem for this horse. This very well-bred daughter of Casual Trick out of Salty Talk. She's bred to be a classic horse. Doesn't have much speed, but she's training pretty well coming to this race, and with a mile, I think she's going to enjoy it. I think she'll be the horse finishing the best. A outsider to watch is the 2 Miniola, Anthony Allen, claiming 3 kilos for Jason DaCosta, racing back-to-back races and getting a mile now. So might see this Miniola, who's bred to get a distance of ground, turn up. The 8th race, 3-year-olds and up, overnight allowance. Non-winners of an overnight allowance. Division 1, 9 starters. They go 7 furlongs. Run this race down to 4. They are the 3, Impressive Force, the 5, Empress Links, the 6, Unspun, and the 7, Supremacy. Okay, Impressive Force, Radish Roman for Philip Fiani, coming off arrest since December 21st, when 5th by 13 lengths at 8 furlongs to Blue Vinyl and Geolithic. So freshened for that. Definitely capable at this level, and the distance here should be comfortable. Decent stalker, working fairly well coming to this, has a nice 107 gallop out the chute. Good run expected from this Impressive Force. The 5, Empress Links, Paul Francis for Barrington Bernard, 4th by 14 lengths, and last to the very well out of class Mojito. Last win was 22nd of February at 7.5 furlongs. At 5 years, non-winners of 4 other than. Is improving this mare at 5 years old. Working fairly decent coming into this race. Has beat a Supremacy at exercise recently and Perfect Affair. So after that, I'm going to give her an outsider shot to make the frame here. The 6, the horse I think they all got to beat, Unspun, Robert Halladine for Norman Smith. Chase out the outer class Mojito in a very smart time on last and was gaining. And this champion 2-year-old, now 3-year-old, who I think, is getting his act together, still not stretching his neck out how I'd want him to, but working well, and I think is the horse they're going to have to beat. And the horse I think who should fight it out with him is the 7, Supremacy. Shane Ellis for Anthony Nunes has gone on from strength to strength. Last time out 3rd by 5.5 lengths to Legacy Isle. Before that was 2nd by a head to Get a Pepsi. At this distance, this is possibly his favorite trip. Working well, has a lot of pace, and I think is the horse that's going to fight it out. The 9th race, 3 years and up, overnight allowance. Non-winners of our overnight allowance race, Division 2. 9 starters, they go 7 furlongs. Won this race on to 4. They are the 1, Cookie Day and Night. The 3, Fearless Force. The 8, Mr. Senator. And the 7, Sheer Delight. Cookie Day and Night, Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos for Gary Sobrati. 6 by 7.5 lengths, and last to Neostar and Mahogany at 7.5 furlongs. Was close for most of the way before out-kicked, and coming back here claiming 3 kilos, working fairly well, giving this Cookie Day and Night a good shot to put in a good run. The 3, the horse I think they have to beat, Fearless Force. TJ Suka claiming 4 kilos for Philip Fiani, so coming in very light. I'm going to throw that last race out, went 7 by 13 lengths to Wall Street Trader and Sheer Delight. Just didn't put in any runs. Before that was 6 by 6.5 lengths at 5.5 furlongs to Inspired Force. And Banadora, a distance much short of his best. She's working very well coming into this. Beat Impressive Force very easily at exercise and last when working 1 minute 6 for 5.5 by a minute and 4/5. And I think Fearless Force is the horse they're going to have to beat. The 7, Sheer Delight, the horse I think that's going to fight it out with Fearless Force. Omar Walker for Dalton Sir Drew. 2nd and last by 4.5 lengths to Wall Street Trader at 6.5 furlongs coming from out of the clouds. This horse prefers a distance of ground. This son of Gervin. Gervin's offsprings tend to like a lot of ground. But working well, and 7 furlongs, even with the top weight, does have a decent turn of foot, and if not getting left too far behind early, should be finishing strong to fight it out. And the 8, another late running horse, Mr. Senator, Eric Horton claiming 4 kilos for Anthony Nunes, 5th by 7 lengths on last to Neostar and Mahogany. Has run some good races since coming to overnight, although can't seem to get it right, working very well at exercise, and is one of those horses that will also be coming on late if the pace goes too fast too early. The 10th and final, native bred 4-year-olds and up, numbers of 3, and imported 4-year-olds and up, numbers of 2. A good field of 11, quick dash, 5 furlongs round. Boiling this race down to 5 horses. They are the 3, Queen of Soul, the 4, Bold Move, the 6, Crypto Girl, the 7, Wicked Cassie, and the 9, King's Crown. Okay, the 3, Queen of Soul, Richie Shakes claiming 4 kilo for Anthony Nunes. 4th by 5 3/4 lengths and last to Immeasurable Joy and Titan Tempo at 7 furlongs. That was way out of the realm of Queen of Soul. Back down to sprinting here, 5 furlongs round, which I think is going to be a much more comfortable trip for this Queen of Soul. And to me, I think Queen of Soul is worth the wager at a good price. The 4, Bold Move, Ray and Lewis for Gary Subrati, 6 by 10 and a quarter lengths, and last Restoration and a breath of fresh air over the straight 5. Before that was at 5.5, was 4th by 2.5 lengths to Smart Trick and a breath of fresh air. Much better for recent runs. Looks like he's getting his act together. I'm giving this Bold Move a good shot in this event. The 6, Crypto Girl, Jerome Ennis for Byron Davis, 4th by a half a length to Restoration and a breath of fresh air over the straight on last, after being second for most of the way. Before that was 5th by 6 lengths to Justin Big Time back in February, pressing the pace for most of the way. 5 furlongs run, I think, should be the ideal trip for this Crypto Girl, and if it doesn't get outsped too early, should have a nice say in the stretch. The 7, Wicked Cassie, Ian Spence for Patrick Lynch, upset winner back on the 15th of February, came back to finish 5th by 8.5 lengths to Immeasurable Joy at 7 furlongs. Back to a short, quick sprint. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Wicked Cassie coming with a big late run once again. And the 9, King's Crown, Radish Roman for Stephen Todd, blinkers now fitted. Speedy Horse was 6 by 7.5 lengths on last back in December. Was scratched on the 8th of March, but has been seen at exercise since, and with the presence of Radish Roman in the saddle. Expecting this King Crown to try to put in a good run. Okay, guys, that's it for this program. Trying to post it out real fast because I'm going to be busy for the next few days. So I hope we have some luck, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Okay, guys, as usual, stay safe.